Hello everyone, this is Richlarrousse for MinichampsF1, and I just want to show you around my Minecraft Classic server, where I built all the ships for the tutorial, and that train as well. Here it is. Yep, not very good, is it? Yep, that's that. And this is the main map for the server. It's about 256 blocks by 256. Nothing else on here, apart from that thing. I don't know what that is. Never mind. And gonna go to another map now. Jump cut, I think. And here is my latest ship, the Queen Elizabeth II, or QE2. A tutorial will follow soon of this ship once I've got all the details sorted out. I'll add more portholes, propellers as well. I didn't add them. As you can see, pretty empty under there. Some more deck details and lower decks as well. I didn't add any interior to the ship. I never do. I usually let the individual user build the interiors for themselves on their servers. I just show them out. I just show people how to build the exterior. And that's about that. Not a bad looking ship, I think. Yeah. I think what I'll do later on is put this ship on a map next to the Queen Mary 2 to give you a size comparison between the two. I don't know how big they are really to get all together. Because I used the bow from the Queen Mary 2, or the underwater part anyway, the bulbous bow, and then just built the basic shape for the QE2 on top of that. So that is what I come up with. The tutorial will follow, as I said, in a few days, maybe a few weeks, depending how I feel and the time I get. But that's the QE2. I shall go to another map now. And here we have my Titanic, which I built about 3 years ago now, and I made a tutorial for it, which seems quite popular with a lot of people. Well, a lot of people have been complaining that it's not 1-to-1 scale. I know it's not 1-to-1 scale. It's probably 2-to-1 scale, I think. And then people complain about that, but I don't believe in, one block per 1 meter. It doesn't really work on ships. Ceilings would be too low, the hull would be too wide or too thick. So I just sort of up the scale and add the detail where needed. I know there's more that could be added, because there's only classic Minecraft. I don't have any of the fences or stair blocks, lanterns or lights or switches, anything like that. It's just basic blocks. But I thought it looked alright at the time. I haven't got the fancy bow on it. I've still got the straight, which doesn't look very realistic now. I keep meaning to update it, but I just can't be bothered. I'll get round to it one day. I've got the engines there, which I think I put in there, I can't remember. But once again, there's no interiors inside this thing. Stuck on just the staircase, which is basic to say the least. And the grand staircase, no dome but a glass cover. And the rigging on the top, which is just glass. So yeah, I built the tutorial for this, and I see a lot of people make those and add the details where and when. So that's that ship out of the way. Pop to another map and show you something else, ship-wise anyway. And here we have my Lusitania, which I built just after the Titanic. Slightly smaller, of course. Still not 1-to-1 scale, but really does give it more an impressive look. Still got the basic bow shape, and a tutorial followed as well for this ship. It's not as popular, but there you go. And once again, no interiors, just the decks. Trying to get stuck now. Where am I? Oh. Ah, there we go. I'm moving now. And then there we are. It's just the bulkheads. I thought I added boilers to this, but I don't think I did. Obviously I didn't. It's all empty down here. That's that. Get out of it. So yeah, it's the Lusitania. I did two versions of this. I did this one, which is pre-World War One. Then I did another version with the funnels painted black and the hull painted a bit more black. Well, the white section here will be all painted black, and the lower promenade is painted all black as well. I think that was the last video of the Lusitania tutorial, which included that. But yeah, it don't look too bad to say the bow needs redoing. I think proportions are alright. So yeah, that's that one. Shall I go to another map now? And here is my little cruise ship that I built and made a tutorial for. Built this a few months ago, at the end of I think it was March I built this, and people seem quite happy with it. It seemed quite a popular design. See a few of these pop up on servers here and there, and there's a lot of detail which I've got on the ship which I didn't include in the tutorial, which is not worth adding all that little details, like some of the doors and some of the windows. We've even got a version of this on the RMS server, which I'll go to now and then, except for the different area here. But yeah, I thought it looked alright. As I say, people have built it and see it pop up in videos and other servers. And jumps again, no interiors, except doors. These doors are fake, by the way. They're fake. They're just painted blocks. So that's the cruise ship. I named it MS Deborah. I don't know why. I just couldn't think of a name at the time. I could have called it Audacious or Endeavour or something like that. I just called it Deborah. Maybe that's what I had on the mind at the time. Never mind. So yeah, it's my cruise ship. Tutorial available still, of course. Popular little thing. So now go to another map now. And here we have the SS United States that I built toward the end of last year, I think. And a tutorial, of course, as well. And I've done some changes to the texture pack since I made this, so some of the colours have come out a bit funny. There was a darker grey green, now it's sort of snot green, which doesn't look too good. And I didn't have much. I haven't got no propellers either. I thought I added the propellers as well. Never mind. I know there were a lot of changes I made between building the initial model and the tutorial version. That's about it really. There's not much else to say. It's the first ship as well I made with a curved bow. Sort of perfected the design a bit. Can't really see it with this texture pack. I do have a gridded texture pack where you can see all the details, but it doesn't really show very well. I can't see it. I also got the portholes as well. So there's SS United States. Got the nice funnels there. Not a bad looking ship. It's just a shame she just left to rot in Philadelphia now. I thought they would have done something with her. As I say, it's a shame. At least she's still about. Like Queen Mary as well, really. But that's that ship. Move on. And here we have the RMS Aquitania, which I built just after I built the Lusitania. I added a tutorial as well. What was called the real warhorse of the First and Second World War. She lasted both World Wars. She looks bigger than the Titanic, but she's actually about 10-15 blocks shorter, and a little bit, well, yeah, a bit not quite as tall either. I think it's just the way the funnels are spaced down makes it look bigger. and with all the deck details as well. All the davits and the air cowlings here. Also got the glass staircase, well, the glass domes, the staircases. They were not accurate. There aren't many photographs of the interiors of Aquitania, so I just had to make it up as I went along. Also got bridge. I made this the stuck there. Made this the post Second World War version as well, with the much bigger bridge. Because originally I think there's a much smaller bridge, or this here was the bridge. I'm not really sure. That's the version I went for anyway. And then once again, it's got the straight bow. Kind of looks weird nowadays, but I'll get around to changing it. So there's Aquitania. Very big ship. A lot of work went into that. So yeah, move on to another ship. Here we have the, well, say it's a copy of the Titanic. It is. It's made up to look like the Olympic. I think this is the ship I used for the tutorial videos. Some of the details not quite all added. I think it's a bit shorter than the original version I made. Not 100% sure on that. Whether it was the tutorial version actually. But yeah, it's basically the Titanic just with open windows at the front, and that's it. No real changes. Let's move on then. Now here's a ship that I haven't shown before. It's the Queen Elizabeth, the original version, or the original Queen Elizabeth, I should say. It's not the most impressive model. The details are a bit off, and I think it's a bit too. Well, it's not 1:1 scale, and I never really thought about making a tutorial for this. It wasn't very impressive. A lot of people thought it didn't look right. I think it's a bit too long, really. But I built another ship, the Queen Mary, as well, and that looked much better than this. I never really had a lot of reference for this one, not a lot of pictures. Didn't have a model either, a model kit of it, which didn't help. I kind of just gave up with it in the end. And that's that. That's my story. That's my excuse. So I've got all the four propellers attached, and then once again it's got the straight bow. So yeah, not the most impressive. Not really worthy of a tutorial, I think. So now move on. Now here's my Queen Mary, which I built, I think it was August last year. Then a tutorial followed afterwards. It's a bit like the ship, the Queen Elizabeth last time. It's a bit oversized, a bit bulky, but it's fairly popular. People seem to want a tutorial for it, so I went ahead and made one. It's not 100% accurate. There are a lot of details which are missing. I think a lot of detail on the ship was ripped out when she was transported to Long Beach. So getting a lot of photographs of her in her heyday is tricky. There's not a lot of photographs about. It puzzles me. There's more pictures of the Titanic than there are of the Queen Mary, which is a shame. But never mind. So yeah, this is another ship with a straight bow. Doesn't look too bad. Looks a bit odd, I know, but So that's the full ship. Looks impressive from there, I think. So yeah, move on now then. Now here we have my Queen Mary 2, which I finished a few months ago, or a few weeks ago. Tutorial anyway. And it's not too bad, I think. There's a few details that's a bit wrong. I think the superstructure's meant to be a bit higher. In the curve of the front of the superstructure should be a bit steeper. But it's the best I could come up with. I could have put a bit more time and effort into it, and a few bits missing there. I don't know what's going on there. Let's just sort that later on. So yeah, this is the original version I made, I didn't include the some of the details in the tutorial, like those tennis courts. I think an open roof as well on the swimming pool. I didn't add the swimming pools in the tutorial either, only on the stern. But I haven't got them here for some reason. Never mind. Got the 4 propellers. 2 there, 2 there. Oh no, they're missing as well. What's going on? Perhaps this is my prototype. I don't know. Oh well. Things are disappearing. I don't know what's going on. I've got some, well, I'll just say basic interior. I haven't got any interiors. All I've got is the hallways. One down there, one down there. And that's about it really. There's no interior detail. Stuck again. So the Queen Mary 2. I've got a few other versions of this ship on this server. I think this is just a prototype version. I've got a version, the full version, and also the version I used in the tutorial. Somewhere. I don't know where. But that's that. Queen Mary 2. I shall move on to another ship now. Here we have that little sailboat I made a few weeks ago. With the sails all up. Wasn't anything special with that, just thought I'd make a sailboat. Break from the norm. It was fairly enjoyable to make. Made a few cock-ups, as some people pointed out later on. Some of the underside of the ship, underside of the boat were a bit uneven. Right there, really. Yeah, it's an alright design. Might upscale it later on and make another one. Always popular sailboats. So yeah, that's that. Moving on. And finally, here's my city map. When this server was a public server about 18 months, 2 years ago now, anybody and anyone used to come in and contribute, add a house or a small garden or skyscrapers like those over there, a few hotels, trees, a few planes, flying thing. Yeah, all looks pretty neat. Got Big Ben for some reason over there. A big mansion there with a tank outside. And the airport, which I quite like actually. I think a player called Dr. Busker designed this plane, and I just copied it and put it all over the place and changed the colour. So yeah, looks alright. A few planes here at the back. Big building there. And the flood there. I don't know what this is all about. Flooding those houses. No, never mind, I'll sort that later on. So yeah, it's the city. Or no, it's more like a small town really, or a clutter of random buildings. Some of it looks alright. I think there's a subway down here as well. Yeah, it still exists. No trains, of course. Just an empty tunnel. Quite literally in that place. Always reminds me of Ghostbusters for some reason, I don't know why. And back up the top. So yeah, this is my server. It's not public anymore, but I couldn't afford to keep it 24/7, so I just use it to make the ships. And well, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that other crap. And we'll be back with another tutorial, I expect, with the QE2. Thank you, and goodbye.